afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Angerville between Quentin, fighting here for the United States of America for the 2nd Infantry Division here with the Rifle Company right off the bat chosen with a few German and infantry bulletins there, versus Jesulin, fighting here for Deutschland for the Oberkommando West for das Reich and the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. With Luftwaffe, Breakthrough and Special Operations there, all anti-tank bulletins here by the way for his Raketenwerfers, increasing their penetration somewhat. And noting by the way, he starts up with a pretty early Kubelwagen. He's sold the focus here on the left side, but interesting enough, and curiously enough, he's actually sending the truck up the right-hand side here. In a particular development here, we've got Rifle recently actually trying to rush it, but already here we can stop here with the Kubelwagen and his MD-34. And already here, I mean, Quentin is basically setting himself up as soon as possible, getting some veteran riflemen here to sort of flood the field with further. Volkers there following afterwards for Jesulin, going up here on the west side, going for the field here, I imagine. Not going to feel much focus here on the right-hand side, except with that truck, which I suppose is basically there to sort of keep giving an idea where Quentin is progressing and how close he is to getting the fuel. In that regard, sort of informing Jesulin if he's going to be sort of fighting in a notable fuel advantage or a small one. You got Volkers there moving up, securing territory here. Kuban could do the fuel repairs. Fuel point there. Slowly being taken. And there we go. First of the veterans can be called in here, and he starts out with a pretty lucky roll of the dice here. Veteran T2. That's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge there for Jesulin. Going here for the cut-off point. Kuban is going to have to deal with that. Of course, the Steel Empires may also have to rush back. They got more Volkers on the way. Meanwhile, they are continuing to take territory here on the right-hand side. There you go. Territory is cut. Reassumes they're taking some shots there. Zoom Punier moving in and firing away most merrily. Kuman's going to pull up there, getting to the zone, allowing the Steel Punch to repair and also take the territory at the same time. Engagement here again, truck coming to fire from riflemen. So far, though, I mean, Quentin really hasn't been much focused. He's most sort of been focused around these 4 points, this 4-leaf clover, if you will, of territory. And so far, he's got most of them. Now he's pushing forward more aggressively here. We got riflemen on the truck taking heavy damage. It has been nerfed a bit. I forgot to mention that. Volkers can move out and try to sort of flank and open up, and all maybe he's trying to sort of lure them into the range of the Volkers. There's one heavy cover already. Meanwhile, here Rifle forced with the Steel Pioneers and Kubelwagen forcing back with the assistance of some Volkers Grenadier, or at least their presence, basically compelling Quentin there to pull back his infantry. Both truck and Kubelwagen rather dinged up. Volkers here moving ahead, might try and go for the cut-off point, I suppose, further delay any resource gain there from Quentin, who also shifts up his rifle here. Veteran 2 yet still to engage anyone, and we've got here some veterans, one rifle who are very close to Veteran 2. Quentin here seems to be having an awfully good start. You got a third squad there, Volkers on the way for Jesulin. Kubelwagen is fully repaired, moving ahead here. Could try and deal with these riflemen already, shoot them down, guns them down. In the name of the Reich. Meanwhile, the Volkers are focusing on the right-hand side, so he's splitting a bit more up. But he's, I imagine, doing his best to ensure the fuel does not fall into Quentin's hand for long, and also basically doing his best to sort of deny resources. And the layer of angle, of course, helps with that in that regard. Quentin's not really doing much to protect the cut-off points in that regard. Jesulin, well, I'm saying in that regard too much, but in that way, Jesulin is doing his best to further deny and delay any fuel gain from Quentin, overall ensuring that Quentin can't use the American advantage of basically rushing ahead rapidly in terms of tech. Falling back towards here, rifle attacking reason time from himself side, so they're pushed away. Mechanized regiment up here for Jesulin. Steel Pioneers who could secure the victory point. Kubelwagen still doing alright, now being repaired. Volkers falling back, we've got a full push there from Quentin. Although one rifle unit there is taking quite a thrashing. We got Lieutenant here already away for Quentin. Could of course rush out an M20 or try for an M15 here. Oh dear. Kubelwagen here gets a bit too close. Looks like, oh, there we go, anti-tank rifle grenade off. Can he make it though? There we go. Steel Empires moving to cover as well. Veterans run here for the Kubelwagen, making swap valuable. It looks like to the mechanized regiment headquarters to reinforcing. Steel Pioneers taking losses as well. Bit rough there, bit rough. Just Quentin's definitely gaining more territory now than Jesulin, with more rifle on the field here. Taking a few losses there. We got Volkers holding up here. They'll more or less have an advantage here. This rifle can only get so many shots back for those 2 windows versus 3 to 4 windows here from the Volkswagen they can actually use versus that building. Actually more looks good. There we go, more forces moving in here, rapidly holding up here. They can basically at least, you know, stall up to 3 forces with score team. We've got a flak half track on the way. That's definitely doing do Jesulin quite a bit of good there with increased rate of fire and overall suppressive ability. He can use to sort of quickly lock down any advance from Quentin and overall force Quentin to be a bit more careful with his infantry. So far, no further vehicles. It could certainly look like he's aiming here. No, he cancelled the lieutenant actually. An interesting move there by Quentin. I would not have figured he'd actually cancel it. Bold a bit here considering what he's playing against. I'm sure he's going to regret it once the AA half track, or the flak half track here, hits the field and begins letting loose on Quentin's troops. Kuban here doing what they can, gaining a kill finally. Got the flak half track they're setting up as well, getting ready to fire away. There you go, looks like they got the hell out of there once they saw what was coming. And of course, in that regard, I imagine Quentin's response is now to get a lieutenant here to begin taking up at the very least. Either that or he has to get bazookas, and doesn't really look like Quentin's thinking about that. Focus being pushed away. We got the flak half track moving up here to do with these driving eventually too. And there we go, takes losses. Quickly taking fat heavy losses there to the flak half track. Some well late shot there by Jesulin. Unit there heavily damaged, not going to see any further fighting some time. We got Kednev on the way here. Jesulin of course beginning to worry about enemy vehicles, but again he does know here that Quentin basically, I don't know what he exactly did there, but basically delayed any take and thus any sort of serious response to the flak half track. Moving ahead here, got the Kulwang wing down the right hand side. Kednev joins in. Jesulin rapidly pulling back. We got some Ruffin basically holding up, ensuring he can't move in there. Of course, Quentin could wire off here and tear, of course, lay down a tank trap here, and then wire off here, making it a bit harder to sort of rush forward it. We could even wire off there if he wants to. I mean, there are a few options there for Quentin sort of guarding that cut-off point, but so far he doesn't seem to be utilising them. Flak half track remains to cover the left-hand side. No doctrine there from Jesulin still in this engagement so far.
Stand ready.
What's this one against the building? There we go. Rapid getting suppressed with the Kugelwagen. Firing away. Closing in on Veteran T2 already. We go more rapid pushing forward here. The forces on the building. Could consider popping up the back door here. Got the flak half track coming up. And there you go, Ruffin into them. But oh dear, already there. Poor Johnny gets caught. Bit of shrapnel tears him apart. Using grenades in the building, he's definitely getting hammered there by high explosive rounds there from 2 centimeters. And we've got the Storm Fighter being involved, engaged by the Lieutenant. Got an M20 on the way, then he's going to go for the A half track. So I'm trying to do with the flak half track here. He goes for the M20. Could of course try and catch the flak half track with a few mines. Who knows? That could definitely work out well there for Quentin to utilise properly. In the meanwhile, though, pressure increasing on the left-hand side, we're going to need something here from Jesulin to slow down the flak half track. Obviously, one candidate, but he seems to be sort of most focused on the right-hand side, at least for the time being. Ambulance being built, then cancelled, then built again. Kulbang here flying away. Moving up here, getting armoured skirts up there again. Mine here, mine there. All spots there could be really good. And if you can catch the flak half track with that, that's definitely going to make Quentin a very happy person. Of course, Jesulin less so, but so far there seems to be no sign of it. Of course, as they're forced away, the 50 caliber proving quite potent there, of course. And Kulwang pulling back for repairs again. Got a bad group headquarters going out to help reinforce and heal the troops. Mostly heal though. Can also be used, of course, calling an infantry gun to sort of help deal with some of Quentin's infantry. In fact, he's got quite a few units there, 4 riflemen, in fact 5 riflemen and a lieutenant there. He's going pretty heavy there with the infantry right now. Pretty heavy. Flak half track here setting up. And opening up. Carrying in there to the lieutenant. And there we go, more focus here for Jesulin, who's adding in more troops of his own. He could, though, for example, connect to using some doctrinal infantry instead of just relying on full Grenadier, I think. And right now, for example, could have gone for Luftwaffe ground forces, supporting 5 Schirmjägers. Breakthrough could have afforded an officer and some Panzerfusilier, which I also think they've done them well. The special operations would need the Schwer Panzer forces with the officer on the Schirmjägers. By the way, there are certainly a few options I think Jesulin could also consider. And 20 continues to do some good work here. No mines in sight, though. Reactions they've been pushed away. The flak half track's definitely getting some Americans torn to bits and pieces.
Scots are taking one of our points.
Raketenwerfer setting up, but we got them. Oh, there we go. Good shot there from the Raketenwerfer, catching the M20 there in the tailpipe. No further sign of anything there, and there we go. It does end up going Luftwaffe. It could call an MP34 to what further suppressive fire support here. And again, with the crew buying a flak half-tack, we might not feel that rather necessary at the moment. Of course, we could rapidly go for some Fallschirmjäger, adding in some more heavier infantry in terms of firepower. Fallschirmjäger certainly being elite infantry, though, who by this stage is all largely fought as elite, well, regular infantry. Not really airborne troops anymore. In fact, it was very few Fallschirmjäger by that point of the war who'd even trained for the drops. And there we go. Fallschirmjäger in here arriving, popping in and going for the core point. Nicely executed there, nicely executed. There needs to move ahead and actually secure the last bit of the point, instead of hiding by the corner in the bushes. Rather than getting some flamethrowers up here, further increasing their firepower. No responsive for the flak half-track, and then again you might be sort of able to catch them. There you go, Fallschirmjägers moving in. Fallschirmjägers moving up to support them. I've got Rifle moving in from the north though. You could quickly pop nothing into the building there to the right to the Americans. And so you also make it harder. But there we go, M20 that pushes in, forcing the Fallschirmjäger away. Further assault up there, and there we go, Rifle push away by the flak half-track veteran 2-1. Showing a lot of back and forth in terms of territory. One side rapidly gains a lot, then just as rapidly loses it. There you go, because we played them the two sides. Raketenwerfer here, not really set up. M20 to go. We've got the flak half taking up good help here. Good things here. M20 gets away there, of course. Raketenwerfer ends up retreating. And there you go, the lieutenant ends up taking a beating. That rhymed. Remember, Jürgen, you just keep shooting until the screaming stops. That's usually when you killed them. Either that or they've gone mad from the pain. And just gone catatonic, in which case, they're not a threat anymore either. We got rifle aviation going in there, folks need to be careful. There we go, taking heavy damage, got the flak half-track setting up. Halfway to 82 already. Kuban creeping hit there, using the detection ability to sort of slowly get an idea of things. M20 in a bit of trouble, if he's not careful. It looks like that he'd managed to safely escape any trouble. Interesting enough, he's still not really laid down any mines. I think it's basically because he was so focused on getting a ton of flamethrowers there for his rifle, but at the same time, it does prevent him from further preparing for any further vehicles that could arrive in Jesulin in the longer run. But sort of hit and run strikes here, being careful not to run into that Raketenwerfer. Troops are reinforcing. No further something here from Jesulin. He could consider right now adding in a light infantry gun. That would add a bit of artillery here versus all the infantry. In fact, that Quentin has that could actually work out pretty well if executed well. He could also, of course, add in another flak after, and then he might want to save up for, say, some Pumas to help deal with any further armor that might arrive. Or suppose it feels like it, he could go for Yak Pans, but still not something I'd recommend. Ports there being secured. Flak half-track moving up rather than being pushed away. Rather than Lieutenant moving into Student Pioneers, opening, firing away. Got a Sherman on the way there, so Quentin's already adding in the armor here at the 30-minute mark. Versus Jesulin, he's getting in more Raketenwerfers. Kuban, they're doing what they can do with the rifle advancing. Flag half-tack moving up as well, very close to 82, and once that happens, that's going to be very painful for them, because then of course it'll be a much more mobile, a lot faster set up, which also means they can much more quickly do terrible things. And that also helps to gain up veterancy fast, which of course only makes it more lethal. So right here we're seeing Quentin's men taking an absolute beating here. Grenades, oh good lord, shield handgun out of there. Definitely setting those right on to the next realm. M20 they're taking a few nasty shots as well. Still no attempt to focus on defending some of this territory with some barbed wire and other bits. No tank tips either, I think, from Quentin. I think he would benefit from that. But still, he's managed to hold on to the right hand side. That's mostly because Quentin is basically doing his best to keep up the pressure here, so Jesulin doesn't quite have the time to really sort of push over into the east. I mean, that, of course, is another way of defending your territory, attacking, so the other bastard doesn't have time to attack himself. And that's something Anglo-Lactic does alright with. But there we go, we got something a bit heavy here for Quentin, and in the Sherman that hides those rounds, hunting down to Krauts. Trying to get some Raketenwerfers here. Almost got them. Meanwhile, we got a fresh push over here. Other vehicles moving in to deal with it. Sherman on the far west won't be able to immediately respond. In fact, it looks like Jesulin's abandoning ship here in a sense. as much as possible. And I'm guessing he's going to see if he can't draw Quentin into a bit of a trap here amongst the buildings and the hedgerows. For example, quickly panzer-fighting with the Fallschirmjägers and getting their Kettenwerfers from the line of sight to basically begin hammering away. So right now, Jesulin's losing a lot of territory, not looking too good. In fact, he's losing his fuel point. That's also going to be more fuel for Quentin. Just while they lost one rifleman squad here. He could, for example, now consider building up for the longer term and getting up some fuel caches to sort of aid things, which only also help with the EC8. And Quentin here got wrecked here by a combination of the flak half-track and the Kettenwerfer, leaving no survivors. Germany continues to move forward here, follows this sort of... looks like they were trying to bait into the Kettenwerfer, and due to being up in the open, it was also a bit easy to hit with the panzer strikes. German then took a few hits, forced to pull away, not really intending to cook up. Flak half-tank at this point just firing away for target practice. You know, Fritz, I don't think there's anyone in there. Why do we keep shooting? I really hate the color here. I think in this case it's more likely because he's trying to deny the build. No, looks like he's iron way forced to shift away, but I think he was basically trying to deny it to Quentin since he doesn't really aid Jesulin as much, I think. He does feel so. Flak half helmet, right, Lieutenant there trying to look behind the M20, but the wreckage not really as much cover there versus the flak half track, which just shatters it like porcelain. Rifleman taking a deep flank here, sticking to the edge of the woods, trying to get behind. Jesulin's force here, nicely done. We got Fulton here, we got Fallschirmjäger reacting with the FT-42s here. Rifleman trying to take with a beating, Fulton bursting into flames. We've got another attack here from the Sherman. No, by the way, 50 cover there. Does not seem interesting, it seems to be saving up resources, and we got another veteran rifle unit here. And of course, in that regard, we see one of the strengths of the rifle company again, basically meaning you don't suffer so bad in the longer game. You can suffer unit losses because with veteran rifle you can sort of overcome the experience loss. So that can make the rifle company a bit of sort of a doctrine for people who aren't quite as good for handling their infantry. Rifleman creeping about there, Major about here. Though he's not really doing any major harm to Jesulin for the time being. Cool run getting very close effectively there. Sturm Parnies versus Robin Flamethrower. There you go, flak half turning, building collapsed. Pretty much denying it there to Quentin. Cool run doing what he can here, but going to be forced back. At the same time, Fallschirmjäger see him fighting away, screening with a Kettenwerfer. Got the Sherman here rushing up through the central road. Going for the Volkswagen first, ignoring the flak half, take easily down Jesulin to pull it back there for repairs. Sherman misses. By God. Wasn't exactly a hard shot there, Johnny. He's got the Lieutenant moving up there. Not quite though, not quite. Flak half setting up to the counter. That Lieutenant in there is definitely not having the best of days around that flak half, which just keeps pounding away and slaughtering them like a Teutonic nemesis. Sherman quickly counter-attacking. Catching the Kettenwerfer off guard. Flak half turn there. Nope, not getting targeted. Trying to get close to the Kettenwerfer. Good prioritization there in this case. Got one, but there's still another one. In this case, ends up pulling back. Another Sherman on the way there for Quentin. You could actually at this point consider hanging in some EC8s, which are slightly more durable. And of course, doesn't have to worry about shifting rounds. Of course, doesn't quite have the same high explosive power as regular Shermans, but nothing so far there for Quentin. No caches either. And we got a Yak Panzer here on the way for Jesulin. He could, of course, I think, gone for several Pumas. A pair of them, I think, could do just as well, if not better, than a Yak Panzer. But in this case, Quentin is aiming for the Yak Panzer.
Prepare for combat.
With its longer range, higher penetration as such. Looks like we counter the Sherman going set there for a Jackson to help deal with the vehicles and also any potential armor. Of course, it might be worth that Jesulin's going to bring out something big, though he's not quite gone for Schwerpanzer quarters. Otherwise, I think he could actually begin aiming for a King Tiger. In particular, began training for fuel. Again, note here he's using the road to quickly get around here and swing behind Jesulin's force here. Jesulin's never really prepared for that, so in that regard, that's a sort of really good move there for Quentin. In this case, he basically slows down to getting Jesulin more time to react to it. Another push here up north, but not quite working out. The rifleman here quickly putting a stop to it, and there we go. The Yak Panzer IV arrives here. Sherman moves ahead, opening up the Volkswagen there. And run straight into the Jagdpanzer. Could try and flank about there. Good try. Popping smoke instead. Looks like he's just going to disengage. That also works, I guess. Wagen moving in. Hit that. Almost got it. Almost got it. And that thing's almost actually can actually self-repair. Sherman gets away here from the Jagdpanzer. The high velocity 75mm with a gun. Rather than sneaking about there. Sturmpanzer is moving down south. More troops hanging right there. We go. We've got the Jacks moving in. Sherman getting away here. Looks like he's sending in the Lieutenant here to do some tricky business. Probably try and keep an idea of where the Jagdpanzer is so you can deal with it safely with the Jackson. If you can flank it, of course. I mean, that's pretty much going to be GG there for Quentin. Moving straight for it, though. Straight. Careful, careful, careful. We're going to move into this Argo fire, Quentin. There we go. Jagdpanzer goes to hit them still. Not a lot of health left. Can he get it? Needs to be careful, though. Almost got the Jagdpanzer. Only a sliver of health left, but at the same time the Jackson's not exactly in the best condition, and they just need to pull it back fully to the base here. Fox moving ahead here though, going to flank it, going to flank it. Oh dear, he might have a slight chance. No, that's too small. This is looking pretty bad there. Quentin forgot to secure the flank. Jesulin in this case going to take advantage of it, and there you go. Knock out the Jackson. Armor support's not nearby. What's going to do? What's going to do? We've got a Kedmef sitting up there as well. Oh, he's charging at them. He's going to. He can't push them about. They're pretty much showing they can't fire away. Sherman's laid down the smoke screen here. But the Kedmef knocked it out. Jackson kaput. Bit of a loss there for Quentin, who pushed a bit too far. In this case, lots of rifling hanging about. There's a on the left hand side again. We've got the flak half taker already, well, ready to put a stop to that. In fact, getting really close there to Veteran 3. If that happens, it's going to be even more of a nightmare there for Quentin's infantry. Meanwhile, fighting continues over here. Sturmpanzer forced away by the Sherman. Halfway to Veteran 2. And sounding Jackson there for a bit of fuel, or something that could be traded for fuel is always what I imagine. Not they directly get fuel out of the wreckage, but basically they find stuff they can trade upwards for fuel. You might say, you know, chocolate, biscuits, fresh underwear, socks, all that kind of stuff. Flak after there, forcing away the rifleman. And certainly one fun fact is the Germans were pretty quick to figure out where the Americans stashed all their goods inside their tanks. Rather than they're getting quite a pummeling there for the flak half track. And now with Veteran 3, it is very lethal, high rate of fire, plus accuracy really means you could tear apart infantry. Plus with the faster setup time of Veteran 2, it's overall much more mobile. And of course, when we get it to Veteran 4, it's going to be even more difficult to deal with. Coolbang there now, Veteran 3, which means he can just repair it anywhere, and it'll do it by itself. Neat little effect this. Fudge Megas firing away here. Veteran 2 getting overwhelmed here by a swarm of Quentin's infantry. At this point, I imagine Quentin might be regretting not having laid down any M20 mines there. That could have caught the flak half-tack. We'll see a Jagdpanzer at some point. Fudge Megas being run off. Close to Veteran 3.
Target secure. Target captured.
Jesulin finding away. Victory point still looking rather to the advantage of Quentin there. I mean, he's got almost twice as many as Jesulin. And he's just calling in more infantry right now. Part of you would say he should consider getting up more fuel caches for taking up. I mean, right now, Packhauser could do quite well for an anti-tank gun to help, or maybe a 50 caliber right now could do well. I mean, adding in a bit more infantry. And right now, Quentin's force composition is rather narrow. I mean, it's pretty much all infantry and a tank. Whereas with Jesulin, we got anti-tank. Oh, forward Ken there for several force caches, Fighters, Kugelwagens, and flak half-tracks. I mean, there's a bit more potential and capability there within Jesulin's forces than with Quentin's. So in that regard, you know, Quentin's increasingly relying just on sheer brute force.
Back to combat strike.
Whereas Jesulin's got more tools and larger repertoire to basically sort of draw on in dealing with Quentin's forces. Looks like the Sherman here might try and flank about. That's not bad. A Kedmef proves to be a bit of a problem though. Good use of the Kedmef to basically cover up the flank of a Jagdpanzer in case of a flank. Good foresight there by Jesulin actually from all the Kedmef shoot there. Veteran 2 for the Sherman, less than half health, but looks like he might be able to get the Kugelwagen. In fact, the 50 caliber could be doing the job, and there you go. Finish a shot there with another piercing round, lighting the thing on fire. Fighters charging forwards, and a large infantry force here from Jesulin, supported by several Kedmef has been carted forward. Meanwhile, the flak half-track and Jagdpanzer here, laying down a murderous hailstorm on those five, and there we go. Vet 24, 38 kills. And we got Incendiary Barrels finally going down here, catching our infantry, of course, on the way. But in this case, doesn't quite manage to do much, so there we go.
Crew, stand ready. Position secure.
But time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Quentin, while killing off things, is beginning to sort of bleed out the overall stronger force composition of Jesulin. It's really beginning to turn him against him, and the fact he's lacking sort of a larger variety of tools is really beginning to hurt him. Partly the infantry, partly the artillery, so really that flak half-track is being an absolute nightmare for him by now, so we really need to do something about it. And that guy needs something else, maybe other than just Jacksons and maybe some Shermans. He should really, I think, strongly consider taking up the engagement of 50 calibers, or well, anti-tank guns. A 50 caliber, I think, would though also do him quite good. They may be catching up some infantry here and there. That way, slowing down Jesulin's counterattacks in that gut, that would also help out Quentin quite a bit. Another option could, of course, be a pack hunter who's going to take up for this anyway. And of course, the captain with his bazookas could certainly also help dealing with some of the lighter vehicles. And of course, also provide him with supervision to speed up production. So, I mean, there are quite a few choices there for Quentin to aim for that. A part of me would also like to see some tech up in terms of either BAR bazookas, adding in a bit more to the rifle rather than just the flamethrowers, which again to some extent limits a bit the rolling, could certainly further that way increase the firepower of his riflemen. I mean, you're really going for that many riflemen, you should also do more than just, you know, get them flamethrowers. I mean, get them upgrades, get them grenades to go for some, lay down smoke screens, get off regular grenades, but also further increase their firepower. I mean, the more you invest in one type of unit, the more you should consider getting other sort of things to work with them. I mean, you're going heavy on infantry, get as many infantry upgrades, and say if you have an infantry bulletins, like he's great. I mean, if you go heavy on armor and vehicles, a more vehicle armor oriented doctor, of course, would work better. So that is something there to keep in mind as well. For Jesulin, one option right now would be to tag up, maybe aim for then afterwards a King Tiger. A Puma could also, I think, work out pretty well here. An infantry gun might be an option, though maybe in conjunction here with the infrared half-track. Otherwise, you should consider maybe setting up some defensive position. I think a few trenches actually in the right places, maybe with a flag emplacement, can do a lot to actually further limit here the capabilities of, well, Quentin's rifle horde if he does it sort of correctly. A few mines, I think, could also do quite a bit of good there for Jesulin, catching a few infantry head on and sort of, well, bleeding them apart that way. But that's rather it. I think let's head back to the fight between these two players, playing aggressively. A few of them caught a whiff of white phosphorus, not feeling too well there.
Ready for duty.
Jagdpanzer holding back, Academy from wing ahead.
The squad is back to full strength. Unit operational.
Closing in a bit for you there for the Fallschirmjäger. Academy is unleashing a volley without really hitting anything.
Area secure.
Good job wasting rockets, you idiots. Got Academy being pushed away. I think in this case, just might have pushed a bit too far. Can actually end up handing over an anti-tank weapon there to Quentin. That looks like it, unless... Wow, he took the long way around instead of just trying to predict where it would go and then catch him that way. That was a bit awkward. There you go, massive push up here from Jesulin down the left side. Pretty much all of his infantry. Jagdpanzer flak half track. Just pushing down there, ready to sort of deal with anything Quentin might throw out, but Quentin basically pouring it all to the right hand side to grab territory back there. Jackson here ready with his 90mm gun, same as well as the one used on the Pershing. Based on the Sherman chassis, in fact most of the American tank destroyers were that, or based on basically half-tracks. And then one tank destroyer was based sort of more on own designs. Don't get more specifically built for it. Looks like he's going to try and pull off a flank here with the Sherman. That's good, that's good. Jackson should try and flank up the other way. At the same time, though, he's trying to sneak about here. I mean, he's going to risk, I think, running into a wall there. But there you go. Oh, got the flag half-track here. Kenner sitting up. We got the Jagdpanzer turning in. Kenner turns about here. Instantly needs to attack here from the other side. If he had some, well, upgrades for his rifle, he could add in some smoke. Shermaning down the smoke team, but it's not quite happening in the right place. He's misplaced it just a bit. Taking heavy damage. There you go. Jackson flanks in. But right in front of the Kedden Airfield wasn't quite there here. The Jesulin actually turn it back. Jagdpanzer almost knocked up. But can he get it? The Kedden Airfield. There we go. Knocks out the Jagdpanzer. Very close there to working for Quentin. Had that worked, that would have already been GG right there. That would have been crushing Jesulin. But execution was slightly off there, and Jesulin reacted a bit faster in some regards than he probably would have hoped for. Like Kedden was pretty much there stopping up Jackson. That card, you know, had he, I think, flanked a bit further out here, he probably could have gone around it. But there you go. Overall there, though, we saw Quentin's armoured assault broken apart. Losing both. Well, all of his army. He's only got Rifleman back. In fact, he's got so many. That's 7 squads. I think Quentin's been going a bit heavier than Rifleman, to be honest again. Relying too much on brute force. It's rather bleeding him out. But he's actually still got a victory point lead, I suppose he could try and work it out there. McKenna being forced away. Got another flak half in the way on response from Jesulin. Good job there. I mean, he's getting more Riflemen, you know, get more flak half tack to shoot them down, though he could also consider an MG-34 to help with things in there. Jumpers out, taking heavy casualties, more grenades going off here. I fear this jumper is about to get wiped out there, and there we go. Taught. Fallschirmjäger's Veteran 3 being rushed forward. They haven't quite fully reinforced though. It looks like Jesulin does not feel there is time to wait for this. There we go, second flak half tag up. Rather rare to see more than one flak half tag in any battle, and usually you see one being called in this late into the battle, but there you go. Another Fallschirmjäger here going for the cut-off point there. Good job, doing his best to deny Quentin further resources for vehicles and armour. Quite a bit of resource there. Again, a part of me would say, you know, consider taking up. Full assault up here. Well placed, go out Lagnum. Can't, does not go for it due to the sheer presence of the veteran rifleman, but also the flamethrowers, which could easily have lit them on fire like matchsticks.
I smell orders. Crew, stand ready.
Slowly crawling ahead here with a flak half tack. A bit risky though, a bit risky by Jesulin. I mean, he's not knowing what he's going into there. He could easily have been heading into some kind of ambush. They did not resort on that. You also got several Ken there, apparently lost here for Jesulin. He's down to 2. The none seem to have been handed over there to Quentin for the time being. Which could have been arguing. There's been a slight mistake there by Quentin. He's not tried to seize them. Fallschirmjäger's Veteran 2-4. Fallschirmjäger's almost wiped out. The 2 units out on the field now should have a bit more punch there versus Quentin. Fallschirmjägers though were generally more or less equipped like regular grenadiers or panzer gunners in this part of the war. The only difference was in part they still had larger infantry squads, which was basically sort of a time from when they were still dropping in which case basically they had a larger squad than a regular infantry squad to sort of basically account for the losses that usually be with an airdrop. Rather than taking some punishment shots there from the flak half track. Continues to do his good job then basically sort of minimising the effect of the infantry hordes that Quentin's currently throwing at him. Another Sherman. Interesting enough, despite having gone for rifle company, he's not really using the EC8 at all. I can't help but feel that's a bit of a mistake here. I think he would benefit a bit more from an EC8.
Enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
At times anyways.
Ready for action. The squad is
But terrain basically keeps popping back and forth in terms of who's controlling it.
prepare for combat.
Our supply lines have been cut. Americans are making a push.
Sherman about here could flank the flak half track.
Americans have cut our supply line.
And we've got an aerial assault here, straight in here, trying to catch some units. Doesn't quite work out though. At the same time though, Sherman there running straight into the Fallschirmjäger, getting hits with Panzerfaust and Panzerfaust. And there we go, Yak Panzer getting behind here. Complete wipe there against Quentin's armour. He did not expect that one. And now we've got 3 Fallschirmjäger adding in a lot of more infantry here for Jesulin and Sir Panzerlehr. So they were a Fallschirmjäger company that's providing support here from whatever regiment, probably the 3rd though. And there we go. Almost got the rifle there as well. The flak half track's just killing away. Panzerfaust there close, is not getting hit. And there we go. Panzerfaust dropped for Jesulin to grab once more. Maybe pop him some Fallschirmjäger. Another push of the cop one for Ken there from trouble.
Lay footings for Panzer HQ.
It looks like he's saying a spare Panzer Porter guard around here. Not bad, not bad. So he might get knocked out here unless he got cancelled it rapidly. Taking no chances there.
Command has been lost. Dispatching a mobile HQ vehicle.
Taking no chances there. But victory points are not good again. Quentin's got a huge advantage right there. Huge. And of course right now Jesulin's doing his best to sort of try and limit that. Of course if he makes one mistake then that needs to be GG there for Quentin, despite him just playing around with infantry and spamming infantry at this point. Which again though does ultimately limit his tools to a certain extent. It also gives Jesulin more option of basically sort of countering it hard and knocking it out. But I really should consider an MG-34 to help deal with it. I don't know, another flak half track.
Let's give them hell, boys.
He needs something more to sort of further counter that infantry. Probably the Jagdpanzer at this point is, well, basically of no use. You can't really do anything versus the infantry, and that's basically the great curse of the Jagdpanzer. particularly since the Americans need to deal with the elite fighters with their veterans, 522 kills, need to get away. Got the flak half track here, they're arriving. But I'm getting absolutely slaughtered. Another push up here. Strategically, Quentin just seems to sort of giving up in a sense, just relying on sheer brute Soviet-style force. Then again, it's not all, of course, just that. I mean, the way that Jesulin's playing has been doing a very good job then basically denying Quentin a lot of fuel. And that guy, you know, Quentin could have offset that by not spending so much manpower on just calling in riflemen and reinforcing all those riflemen. He could have fuel catch up, but it never happened. In that regard, he's actually giving then Jesulin quite an advantage there in terms of fuel and overall resources, and also basically denied Quentin a lot of armour. So rather well played there by Jesulin, and also to an extent a failure there from Quentin to sort of react to that, again sort of try and offset it, which is something you sort of have to try and do. So of course it's not just, you know, he's just wants to spam rifleman. He can't really do much either. I mean, he could get some 50 kills, clearly he's not bothering with that. But I do think it could help a bit with the infantry, to be honest, with the flak half track out now. It would be limited. I mean, had he tanked up sooner, could have had an anti-tank gun out, I think. Quentin would have stood much stronger here versus Jesulin. Getting an MP-34 there. Finally, surprised it took him that long to try and get that to help deal with the infantry. I think a couple of those soon, I think we've done a lot there for Jesulin. That's not to say, of course, the Fallschirmjäger aren't doing anything with them. Rather than they're taking quite a few shootings there from the Fallschirmjäger. They're not a lot of weapon producer, and they were generally not handed out like assault rifles, though technically they were battle rifles, which is basically the assault rifle's bigger brother. Black half-track Jagdpanzer. Fallschirmjäger moving in. Fallschirmjäger capped by riflemen. Dangerous. There we go, almost getting pummeled into the ground here. And wiped off the face of the earth. And another option there, considering all the riflemen that Quentin has, would actually be to get more flak half-tracks. I mean, right now, I mean, he's pretty much all infantry. A pair of flak half-tracks, well set up, could actually tear apart all the infantry and also cover up a lot of points there. So, I mean, that's very much another option there for Jesulin. But it would certainly be quite rare to see an Oberkommand West player go for more than one flak half-track at a time. So it wouldn't be a bad choice, I think, at this stage. Just, you know, rare. Lieutenant here finding a way, falsely getting suppressed by their own men. There we go, Lieutenant getting out, Fallschirmjäger ready at the exit though. Lieutenant caught in a rather bad position, got the rifleman covering there. I think we're on that Jagdpanzer basically hiding away again. Not really doing much, it can't do much. Another flak half-track, and he's actually getting another flak half-track. He's actually getting another. That's 3 flak half-tracks in any battle. Wow. How often do you see that? Ravnir charging forward into the Fallschirmjäger, 30 kills, need to go away. They could try and pop a smoke grenade here though. Jagdpanzer, of course, ineffectually firing away. Desperately wishing the developers added in a high explosive round for it. Since again, it's quite the expensive investment for the Oberkommand West, but overall it's so easily in a certain sense circumvented. Quentin now's got enough fuel, but again, he's got so many riflemen. He's got so many. He's up to 7 squads plus a lieutenant here. I mean, it's actually quite a manpower bleed now, particularly with 2 flak half-tracks plus the MD-34 to basically sort of stop things down there. In that regard, Jesulin's currently in the process of hard countering the force compositions that Quentin's more or less forced himself into playing with. Go Rifleman taking a withering beating, and there you go, Rifleman up here, stop, MD-34 and flak half-track. Really hurting Quentin there. Since ultimately all the veterancy does nothing versus a 2 centimeter high explosive shell meant for shooting apart aircraft.
Contact! Small arm fire!
There we go. Getting shredded. I mean, the only thing Jesulin could do to sort of further make things messable there now for Quentin is basically adding flak emplacements. I think that could actually be used to further lock down things. Quick steam hand grenade there into the ditch. Didn't really make much of an impression on Quentin's men. Got the veterans in 500 firing, murdering away. Yak Panzer missing away. He could get here in E8 though, again it would be a bit limited what he could do. Saudi Sherman. Spare Panzer caught up with the cover there, the victory one. He's down to 66 points though, 66. Not a lot left there.
Has been permanently established as a static post. Crew stand ready.
Got the rifleman moving ahead here. So many riflemen. Nothing further else though really here from Quentin at the moment. He's getting a Jackson though again finally, but again that's only because he finally got the fuel for it. I mean, Jesulin's really been able to keep a good control of the fuel point. Quentin's really never really done anything to sort of really defend it.
Get down!
Another push up here into the Fallschirmjäger. Others nearby ready to flank in here, I think, and Flak half tack will probably join in for a good bit of fun.
Flamethrower squad! Keep your range!
Right now, Jesulin's largely got this in the palm of his hand, I feel. Larger push here, Jackson almost ready. Five minutes 55, they're flanking in. There you go, tearing apart the rifleman. We've got a large push going in here, rifleman streaming into the area. Well, there's remnants of it. Burning folks like they're toast. There you go, Rum just getting on in hand, slaughtered here by the flak half tack, just torn apart. Jackson moving in there, flak half tack, consider public smoke falsely in there, ready to fire off Patrick there to Jackson. Victory points now ticking down rapidly for Quentin as Jesulin proceeds to dig in his heels and not concede 1 inch of ground if possible.
Prepare for orders.
And of course one advantage of the higher veterancy fighting is they can heal themselves as well, meaning you don't have to pull them back even for that. Yak punch to the veteran too. Strain here to the Schwer punch at quarters. Flak after setting up. Right from there, pushed away.
Confirmed. Orders complete. Achtung, be ready.
Jackson back at base, repairing it.
Ready to execute.
Black half tack move out there. But overall, not really a lot left here for Quentin to do. And at this point, I'm basically just going to stop because he's just sort of going to carry on for a bit longer, but ultimately he doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, he's just going to throw the infantry at him, get them killed, and that's it really. I mean, Quentin at this point has solidly lost. So GG there. Again, my apologies for those who want to see it through, but really there's nothing there. I mean, even Quentin doesn't even really bother. So, I mean, overall an interesting fight there. Some nice play there by Jesulin. Good reactions, good play overall strategically, slowly draining Quentin of any fuel, basically ensuring that Quentin, due to his, I think, unfortunate checking choices rather, in the end only had riflemen to threat him, which really gave Jesulin then the luxury of getting in several flak half tacks and just tearing everything apart. I mean, Quentin really should have done more to sort of secure his fuel supply, but also setting up either by holding the fuel points better, maybe with some support weapons or other, but also just getting some fuel caches up. But he really also should have had a bit of unit sort of, mix. I mean, his composition was way too flat in that regard, way too conformal, monotonous, basically leaving him with very few options of dealing with what Jesulin did. and also little option, basically slowing down any assault that came from Jesulin's side. I mean, a few 50 calibers or anti-tank guns or pack houses could have done a lot of good there, I think, for Quentin versus Jesulin, but there you go. I mean, he made some nice assaults, but again, you know, that one here, which was basically sort of close point, really breaking Jesulin, rather, again, a few mistakes there. Again, had he maybe had a few other options, he probably could have done it. I mean, I also felt like with all the riflemen, he should have had some upgrades for them, but that never quite happened either. For Jesulin, I mean, overall nicely played. A few MG34s, I think, earlier could have done good, and I think he should have tried trading for fuel. I mean, he's got so much munitions right now, so I mean, doesn't really see much sense in it not to try and trade for fuel and maybe going for an early King Tiger. I think that could also help finish this fight early, or maybe some earlier flak half tracks. But I mean, overall, well played there by Jesulin. Well played, some nice action there from both sides. But again, ultimately, Quentin's choices ended up betraying him in the longer run. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you ideas for matches. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. This is Imperial Dane. Cheers and thank you all for watching. Bye.